hey, come work out with me in my filthy toy room that was cleaned just 10 minutes ago. Kids. Okay, we're gonna need a hip band and a weight. I'm gonna use my kettlebell back there, somewhere back there. So hip band and weight, you can use a dumbbell for these too. If you don't have a weight, don't worry about it. Just use your arms, the strength of your fists, okay? We're gonna come onto our backs. Shimmy on down, move any toys that you think will clunk you in the head. Like that. All right, first we're gonna make this super, super simple. And we're just gonna start with pelvic tilts, connecting in with our pelvic floor, with our breath, coordinating everything and just kind of loosening up the hips. Likely you have a tight low back, stiff shoulders if you've been momming all day. So we're gonna inhale to relax and let go. Exhale to zip it up, pubic bone to sternum. So just start rocking. To make this more intense, you can get the feet out a little bit wider or just press the knees out into that band. Create some tension even while we're just here rolling through the hips, exhaling. So I just like to start off with just activating this, connecting to my breath, connecting mind and muscle. Again, pelvic floor, core, ribs and hips connecting. And before we begin, I'm gonna make sure I'm stacked, ribs to hips. I'm gonna grab my weight wherever it is. So I'm gonna roll to my side because it's a kettlebell. Bring it up and hold it however you like. If it's a dumbbell, just hold it above your head, above those shoulders actually. And then before we go, let's get set. Knees are wide against that band to create that tension. We're gonna slightly tuck that tail, engage through the glutes, and raise it up, glute bridges. So exhale, come up, trying to come up flat as a board, gently pressing up between that, against that band, and holding that weight. That weight actually is going to help keep the rib cage locked down and to give you something to kind of resist against. So here we go. A few more. I like to go until these burn.
Understand you.
And then once they burn, let's go a few more.
How about no one understands you?
Maybe they won't. The joys of working out at home. It's so fun. I love it. All right, let's go 5 more. 5, 4. Exhaling as you come up. 3, 2. I like to pause for a second, make sure everything's working. Last one. Ha 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 ha. Nice. Okay, we're gonna keep this weight up there. If that weight's too much, go ahead and drop it down. But securing that pelvis, we're gonna slowly exhale each knee into the chest. If you'd like to add on to this, if you feel stable through the pelvis and you're not like, your pelvis isn't sloshing around the floor, if you need to drop the weight, you can. Otherwise, we're gonna add knee over, or arms over the head. Again, make sure you're not gonna clunk anything behind you. So as you come up, kettlebell towards the knee. Please don't take your kneecap out by slamming the weight into your knee. But as your arms come up overhead, you can definitely do this without a weight. This is a little bit more advanced. We're hoping that as the arms come over the head, that rib cage stays down, the core stays engaged. So yes, you're getting a stretch, but I'm also not popping up off the mat. Exhale, bring the knee in. Keep marching. My band is starting to slide down towards the tops of my thighs, where my pelvis is. So I'm getting less resistance than I would love to, but that's okay. Let's go 3 more. We'll count this. 2. Last one. Gotta go even. Gotta do one on each side. Beautiful. Now we're gonna give ourselves a rest here. We're gonna bring the knees up. If you have that weight, rest the weight on the knees. Using the weight of the kettlebell or the dumbbell to gently compress the lower back. Stretching out. Take a minute here. Now you can either lay here and breathe in stillness, or this feels so good. But earlier I was doing some circles. So again, using the weight of the kettlebell to really help get into the stretch. Circling through, or you can just rock side to side. And if you do circle, make sure you pause and go the other direction. Sometimes moves like this just feel so good that I could stay here for many minutes. But we don't have all the time in the world, and we do have to get some work done. So, although this feels amazing and I could sit here for another 3 minutes, let's move on. All right, now we're gonna come back into those glute bridges, arms over the head. We're gonna do 5 regular glute bridges. I'm gonna adjust my band. Getting a little out of hand there. All right, again, exhale, bridge together, and then we're gonna lift up just 5 of these. And then on this next one, we're gonna hold at the top. Now we're gonna bring those arms back over the head and pull up. I'm gonna scooch myself because there's too much for me to hit back there. Oh, so fun working out at home. All right, glutes stay up, glutes stay engaged. Rib cage stays down. You should feel those abs. Exhaling to bring that weight over the head. If you feel your glutes start to release, drop down, re-engage, lift up, squeeze. Let's do 5 more of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, don't let those glutes drop, bring them up. 1, hold it up, and we're just gonna pulse. We're not gonna go all the way down to the mat, we're just pulsing up for 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're crazy and insane, hold at the top for 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. Again, weight above the knees, or below the knees. Take your breath here. Again, you can just hang out with that weight, kind of giving you that nice little hug, really pressing you into the floor, feeling grounded, rooted, held, supported, all those things that mothers need too, right? And then we're gonna circle it out. It's one of my favorite ways to work the core and glutes, but especially the floor work when you're on the floor. I guess anywhere, or during any workout, but especially when you're on the floor, is to pair these movements, these core exercises where we're really focusing on coordination and strength, building muscle, then pairing them with some stretching, release, relaxation, because we need both. All right, coming back into the last of our core stuff. Again, weight overhead. We're gonna march those legs again. Now, you can stay here with just the marching. If you wanna make this more intense, you have 2 options that will work things slightly differently, but 2 choices here. You can either reach that weight up. I like to aim that weight mid-shin so that I'm really rolling those shoulders off, really making my abs work as I exhale up. So you can do that. Again, don't whack your shin or your knee with the weight itself. Again, if you have no weight, you're just reaching with your fingertips. Now, this will make me sweat. You can either do this or bring up the legs and now drop the heels down, heel taps, as I call them. Trying to stabilize to those hips, resisting against that band, resisting the urge to wobble, weeble wobble. Now with this one, it is a little trickier. Actually, I'm feeling much more of a burn here. So again, exhaling, trying to control those limbs by stabilizing the pelvis. Let's go 6 more. With wherever you're at, again, you can stay, drop that upper ab move and just do the lower. I lost count because of that. So 3, 2, 1. Whoo. Again, wait. Wait to the strings. Let it go, release. If I trusted this kettlebell not to fall, arms can come out to the side. That's not too bad. I also don't want it to fall on me. So if you can release the upper body, If you can, if you have just the dumbbell, you can cross your legs. The dumbbell can sit kind of perfectly. Actually, this is nice. This is a nice cradle. Let's do this. Letting that chest come open. This is trust here. Trusting that this kettlebell is not going to come and crash me in the face, take out my front teeth. Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, remove that weight. Set it to the side safely. Take that band off. And if you've got time, we're going to bring one knee to the chest, one leg down. Just kick stuff out of the way. Working out at home with kids amongst chaos. They're watching a show. Giving mommy time to herself, right? Adding a twist there. Reaching that bent knee across the body. Arm the opposite way. You can look over that hand. I prefer to take about 3 to 5 deep breaths here if you've got the time. If you know that your timer's about to expire, go ahead, switch to the other side. As moms, we can hear it, of course, but we can sense it. We can sense when we're about to run out of time. All right, knees coming across the body. Looking over that shoulder, the arms, fingertips. If you can, let everything release, let go. I should feel that down the hips. I like to imagine that like it's going scooping long away from me and twisting instead of trying to like hike my hip up and twist over. I think long spine, maybe slightly tuck. I even like to use my hand to pretend that I'm finding that length in the spine as I twist. Beautiful, lovely. I'm recovering from a little throat tickle, a little cough, probably brought home from my kiddos, and making it a little hard to breathe, but here we are. All right, that's it, you're done. If you want to add any more stretchy stretches, hamstrings, happy baby. Do it feels good. Otherwise, there's my cue. We're done, we've run out of time. But hey, we got some work done. We worked those glutes, worked the abs, even worked the upper body. Here she comes around the corner. That's a wrap.